Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, let's just dive on in and let's start off with a few things. So, one, November. It seems as though next month into the end of the year is going to be pretty big for this entire space. One of the biggest things that we have just recently addressed is price action in this market. We started to see a lot of altcoins and even Bitcoin itself really kind of picking up some major traction. Now, we're not really talking about price action regarding November and the end of the year, but hey, if it does align perfectly with it, then I do fully welcome that. Now, let's go back to the 18th because I said everything is aligning for November being a crucial month for major global financial system innovation and change. We have been following the dates dropped by Swift regarding ISO 2022 as well. Big changes are coming, and this was me quoting an original tweet from the ECB, which did get deleted. But mainly what they were saying is that they are laying the foundation for the new digital world of finance with, of course, the implementation of the digital euro that really kind of starts to begin in the next month. So with that combined with the timeline regarding crypto and the bull run and the halving and things like that, it seems as though next month into the end of the year is going to be very interesting. And it could also mean that by the end of the year, we could also see significant price action in this space as well. Because guess what? Bitcoin recently just broke a significant resistance level, and XRP is very close as well. We need to see XRP over 56 cents. But Bitcoin, I do think that Bitcoin is on its way for 40K plus. Outside of all of this, though, even the BIS, right? So on October 18th, I quoted this saying November 2023, because here we have from the BIS going all the way back to July. This was July 7th. As part of Project Polaris, the BIS Innovation Hub Nordic Center will hold a cybersecurity and CBDC conference on securing the future monetary system in Basel on 8th to 9th of November of this year. And again, this is a significant event to look into because this is talking about CBDC securing the future monetary system. And also we even see the dates provided, which are right around the same exact time that we are seeing ISO 2022 being planned to be implemented. Pay attention to what is actually happening behind the scenes with a lot of these players, like, for example, the BIS, the ECB, the IMF, etc. Now, also, beyond this, remember this post back in August where I was really kind of going down the rabbit hole of Ripple working with the Bank of England on a major POC? Yeah, this was a substantial thread. We're talking about tons and tons of information, but at the end, guess what there is? Key timeline to follow is the summer of 2024 into November of 2024 for this new RTGS system to go fully live. Everything is coming together for the UK to usher into the digital age of finance. Still think Ripple documents are too old to consider being a big deal. Now, in this, we actually have a few dates to look at regarding 2024 and also even 2023. What we are seeing right now is major plans in place. For an example, on June of this year, June 19th of this year, we migrated CHAPS payments to ISO 2022 messaging. Beyond this, we also see in February of this year, the bank announced that Transition State 3, the introduction of the new RTGS core ledger and settlement engine, will take place in the summer of 2024. So from roughly this November all the way up until the November of 2024, for a whole year, we are going to see major updates happening regarding these RTGS systems and also these major payment systems as well. And again, a lot of this could happen sooner rather than later, but these are significant connections. And like I said, Ripple has been entrenched within the UK area for a very long time, and they've been planning a lot of things within the UK as well. So I think that this is one to really kind of look at and pay attention to. But beyond that, back to November of this year, check this out. So from Flip the Chain, don't know if you guys knew this, but expect something important to happen between the SEC and Ripple in the next meeting, the schedule of which is to be finalized by November 9th, 2023 for the pending part, in this case, i.e. institutional sales, either fine or settlement, and then the case shall be over. And this is going to be the last and final major debate regarding XRP, regarding Ripple, and of course with the SEC. I cannot wait to see what happens here, but this is ordered to have this in place by the end of November 9th. Will we see a significant update by then? Who knows? But I am looking forward to it. Again, another step in the right direction that aligns with November of this year, that will lead us into November of 2024. Outside of this, we also see a few major players like Standard Chartered, for an example, launching new paperless digital banking platforms by the end of this year. Shout out to ISO 2022. Let's do it for this. Now, within this, we just see the announcement, followed by some text regarding this, which is just them really kind of talking about this as digital banking as a service. And then also, we have a few little in-depth views regarding this. So Standard Chartered Bank became the first global bank to provide a BaaS in Asia. Paperless digital account opening process as well, expected to launch in Q4 of this year. Now, what is very interesting about this is the connections back to Ripple, because if we actually look at some of the connections back to Ripple with Standard Chartered and even Deutsche Bank, shout out to ISO 2022, let's do it again for this, which, by the way, I just recently made a video actually talking about Standard Chartered and their investment into Ripple that they had back in, like, I want to say 2016, 2017, which is also something significant to mention. But within this, we do see Ripple plus Deutsche Bank plus Standard Chartered partners, Ripple permission blockchain. And here we have a few things regarding the documentation. This is Ripple documentation with Deutsche Bank. We also have over here, Mr. Burla says that Ripple developed its technology with scalability in mind to deploy something for Standard Chartered, Santander, or Bank of America. Our solution needs to scale to hundreds of thousands of transactions per second. Very significant, by the way, in terms of really kind of looking at the demand side of things. And then also over here, we have DLT, distributed ledger taxonomy. And we have circled here permissioned publicly shared ledger, i.e. a distributed ledger, e.g. Ripple, a global financial transaction system. Very interesting. And then over here, we also have yet again another screenshot of the same exact text where you have under blockchain types and scalability and medium, public permissioned, examples, Ripple, global financial transaction system. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And this is actually quoting an article, right, that got written up yesterday, or now I want to say it's like almost 2 days ago. Stan Chart, Deutsche Bank executive or execute stablecoin payments via UDPN blockchain. Very interesting here on how they are wording this as well. For an example, it says it aims to connect payments across various CBDC and blockchain networks using messages similar to SWIFT. Unlike SWIFT, institutions exchange messages via a permissioned blockchain. So this is more so an open network that can connect across various CBDC and blockchain networks. Very interesting. And again, this is a universal digital payments network. How are they going to settle all of this? How are they going to connect all of these different currencies? I question how. A lot of people also think that with CBDCs and stablecoins, and even if CBDCs aren't a thing, like with stablecoins, that XRP is useless. That is not the case. When you have multiple things of value, whether it be stablecoins, whether it be just CBDCs, you still need a decentralized bridge currency. I mean, think about it. How are you going to settle all of the transactions between stablecoins, fiat dollars, fiat currencies, and then also digital currencies? And then you also have, tokenization happening, tokenized things of value. I mean, all of this will have to be able to be settled between one another. And you can't achieve that without a decentralized bridge currency. And that's why, what Ripple has really kind of developed and solved, it is something so crucial. But also, right, like beyond all of this, we also have this. Banks and financial institutions worldwide are making preparations for November of this year. And remember, we shared this screenshot talking about all of the major banks aligning with the implementation of ISO 20022. And a lot of these aren't even just banks. It's also the DTCC, SWIFT as a whole. I mean, this is a big deal. But over here we have, for example, latest news under Brokerway. Brokerway is now ready for a SWIFT release 2023. After several months of analysis, development, and testing, our system platform STX is now ready for SWIFT standards release. It supports both all of the messaging standards that are in place and is compliant with the changes that go live on November 19th. Then also over here, validation changes to the format option F in fields 50 and 59. And here we have highlighted it. Market practice guideline has suggested that the global community should target November of this year in order to have this all in place. I'm telling you guys right now, next month, a lot of major changes are going to happen. This is very, very interesting. And then also over here, the FedNow service. For those that aren't aware, the FedNow service has not fully launched yet. We do see the program's pilot phase launched in July with approximately 110 providers. FedNow is expected to go live by the end of this year. Remember, by the end of this year, starting next month into December, we are going to see major changes happening around our financial system. Everything has aligned around this. We're talking about major updates from the BIS, from the ECB. We're talking about also regulatory guidance and guidelines being in place regarding this timeline as well. Then you also have the ETFs, lining up. There has been a lot of major things really kind of coinciding with this date. And even over here, Gresham Tech in Washington, D.C., the SWIFT standards release 2023 is just around the corner, scheduled for the 19th of November. And now, as the future calls, we've seamlessly integrated translations compliant with the groundbreaking ISO 20022 standard. This isn't just another release. This is the culmination of 3 more person years dedicated solely to enhancing SWIFT library support. The clock's ticking. November 19th will soon be here. Then also over here, we have Are You Ready? The SWIFT Standards Release 2023 is just around the corner. And last but not least, here we have the Medium post. Let me zoom in for you guys just so that you guys can see. Additionally, to adapt to evolving markets, SWIFT has also made changes to its foreign exchange messaging in the same report. There is now added support for digital currencies and non-deliverable FX trades that do not have, and they do talk about that standard currency code. This format will instead be changed to align with this new ISO standard. DTI, the digital token identification standard that includes an extra check character on top of the 8-character DTI code. These changes outlined in SWIFT Standards Release 2023, along with other innovations, will be implemented on the SWIFT network starting on November 19th. The seemingly relaxed attitude towards digital finance and SWIFT's willingness to not only adapt but also adopt is a breath of fresh air in a sector that is often viewed as stuck in the past. So what has changed? What is going on? Now we are seeing major changes happening. This is why this is so significant. And again, this is not talking about price. We're not talking about price action here. If we do see price action, hey, I welcome that as well. But it seems as though the entire market has aligned with this date. Everything has been aligning with this date and this timeline. I'm very excited for this. Now, again, is this all going to happen all at once? Is everything going to change overnight? No, not necessarily. But I do think that a lot of these changes are steps that need to be in place, which I've always said, and I've been saying in the last couple of videos as well, in order for us to actually tap into specific digital currencies like XRP, HBAR, XLM, QNT, etc. So with that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. If you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.